What's up, everyone? Christian Hermansky here, Century 21 AA Realty, the red shirt realtor in the house. So what I want to talk about today, also hopefully now with the new lighting and with a better mic system, you guys can hopefully see me and hear me better. So the thing that I want to talk about today is for sale by owners, or as in real estate we call them FSBOs. For sale by owner, FSBO, FSBO. Case you couldn't figure that out on your own. Alright, so what you need to know if you're looking to put your home on the market as a for sale by owner is some things you need to know is determining how your home worth and pricing your home at market value. So it's extremely crucial for you to be at market value. You know, you don't want to be below market value because then you end up losing money on your home. You don't want that to happen, and you don't want to be way above asking or market value, because you know then your home is just pretty much standing on the market with nobody really wanting to look at the house, nobody's inquiring, nobody's trying to send you any offers, and your whole point is to pretty much sell the home. And something to be very aware of is that your first 3 weeks are crucial. So when you put a home on the market, the first 3 weeks is when you have the most amount of people wanting to look at the home. So if you, let's say, overpriced your home in the first 3 weeks, and you don't get any people inquiring or wanting to look at the home, you're pretty much setting yourself up to kind of, I don't want to say fully for destruction, because you can, especially in this market with such a strong seller's market, anything's pretty much possible right now. But let's say you price your home very high, and market value's here, and you see that you're not getting any buyers coming in, you're not getting any offers in, so you decide to lower your price in, let's say, like 2 months, right? So 2 months later you lower your price, but let's say the market dips down a little bit. So now you're still not getting any showing, you're still not getting any inquiries, but you lowered your price. Why? So what's going on? Let me lower my price again. Let's say a month and a half passes by, and you lower your price again, and then the market goes down again. So you're pretty much chasing the market, and what ends up happening is that the market was here, but you're down here now, and you finally caught up to the market, but you're losing more money because you're not getting the same market value for your home that it was when you first put it on the market. Another thing is, since it's such a strong seller's market, buyers, it's very, we've seen homes fly on and off the market in like a week, in like 2 weeks, a month, whatever it is. And sometimes if a buyer sees, let's say your home is on the market for 3-4 months at this point, they'll start thinking like, oh, why is this home on the market so long? Is there anything wrong with it? It may nothing be wrong with it, just the fact that you maybe priced it a little too high at first. And let's say you decided to lower your price, and the buyer sees that, and let's say you've been on the market for 3-4 months, and you've lowered it maybe once, maybe twice. Now the buyer's thinking, the homeowner already lowered it twice. Maybe they're not at their lowest point. So what ends up happening is, again, you end up getting less than market value. So that's something to be very wary of, is to, price your home to what it is actually in market value. What else? Some things to be very to know that's important is obviously staging your home. Stage your home. You want to tidy things up. You want to clean off the countertops, make it look as spacious as possible. Have the furniture all neat, so when a buyer comes in, they'll see, okay, I see myself living here. That's where I'd put my couch. That's where I'd watch TV. So you want to stage the home for that buyer already, so they already picture themselves, living in a cozy home like yours. Also, weird one, but it definitely does help and work, is just put your toilet seats down. Yeah, I know that's a weird one, but just put those suckers down. And especially during showings, obviously have all the lights turned on, make the rooms look as big as possible, open the curtains up. You want to make the home feel as spacious as possible. That's why a lot of stuff, if you have like a lot of clutter in the house, definitely, have a garage sale or put it in storage. Huge one is get a professional photographer. Oh my God, use a professional photographer. Everybody searches now. When a buyer is looking for a home, the first thing they do is they go on the major websites. They go on Zillow, they go on Realtor.com, they go on wherever they go on, and the first thing they see is the photos. So when you're putting your home on Zillow or for salebyowner.com, whatever it is, just make sure your photos are spot on, because you want buyers to be enticed to come to see the home in person, because if they come to see the home in person, you'll have more showings. If you have more showings, you'll have more offers, all right? And if you have more offers, then that gives you negotiating leverage. So definitely get a professional photographer, and if you could, definitely get a virtual tour, because it's the future. So everybody wants a virtual tour. Nobody wants to leave their house anymore. Yeah, marketing on major websites like Zillow and for sale by owner, and do open houses. I mean, why not? If real estate agents are doing open houses, they're doing it for a reason. It's because they're attracting buyers, and buyers want to see, what the home's about. And in 2 hours, you'll have a lot of buyers come in, and you can get an idea of, what buyers like and don't like about your home, which leads into always, regardless if it's open houses or showings, they're just regular showings, always ask for feedback. You definitely want buyers to give you their honest feedback, which I know is hard, especially since you're a homeowner, and sometimes buyers don't want to be jerks, so they'll flatter you or lie and say, oh, your home is great, it's the best thing ever, even though your roof is missing. I don't know, that's an extreme example, but you know what I mean. So try to kind of understand that some people are trying to be nice. So try to determine which is real feedback and which isn't real feedback. Oh yeah, so always after every showing, you can follow up on buyers, just to see again, get that feedback, see what they're thinking. And when you do get an offer, you always have to make sure your buyer is well qualified, which means calling their loan officer, asking them important questions, what they can afford, their credit score, things like that, just to make sure that this buyer is able to buy your home. You don't want to go through an entire 2-month process and then, getting closer to closing, figure out that, hey, can't afford the mortgage, so guess who's going back on the market? You don't want that to happen to you. So make sure to have your buyers qualified. Even with every offer that you take, ask for a pre-approval. Some expenses to prepare for. The first one is transfer tax. After you close, it's $4 for every 1,000, I believe, right now. Attorney fees, they can range depending on the attorney, so I don't want to give you a number because I don't want to lie to you. So, and property disclosure. So with the property disclosure, you would talk to your attorney, and you'll have 2 options. The first one is signing the property disclosure, which makes you liable for, I think, up to 2 years, maybe even more. Could be even more now. That if something breaks in the house, it's on you, and you got to fix it or pay for it. So usually pay for it and get them a new one. Let's say there's a fridge in the house that stopped working, or a dishwasher or a washer dryer. You would be liable to pay for that unless you credit the buyer $500 at closing, so then you're completely clear and you don't have to worry about anything breaking in the house. That's up to you if you decide to sign that property disclosure or not. And then obviously, of course, the agent commission. If, I know you're for sale by owner, but if you decide to pay out the commission to the agent that found the buyer. So let's say I'm the agent on the buyer's side, and I come to you and I found a buyer. We have an accepted offer or an acceptable offer. So technically it's all acceptable until contracts are actually signed. So let's say we got an acceptable offer. Are you willing to pay my commission? So that's something you just have to be aware of and just keep in mind. Things to be wary of is finding a qualified buyer, which can be challenging. you know, because a lot of times buyers can come in and be like, oh yeah, we're totally qualified. We got that money. You know, we got this house. You don't got to worry about it. No, but you definitely want to, you know, get in touch with their loan officer to make sure they are. As well as negotiating can be a little challenging, especially since, you know, you're doing the negotiating for yourself. You just have to be wary of how you negotiate. You don't want to be too, I guess the word needy, or you know, too forceful, because then the buyer might think that, hey, this person, we might be the only offer. Maybe the homeowner doesn't have any other offers on the table. Maybe they're desperate, you know. So if you're having direct contact with the buyer can read signs or read into things and maybe give you a lower offer, and you know, it can get a little messy. You know, with an agent, at least you have somebody that's, you know, that's there representing you and kind of being the middleman, and then talking to the buyer directly or to the buyer's agent directly. So it's not, you know, you don't have you in the seat being pretty much being questioned and judged on your situation, whatever that situation may be. Like I said before, pricing your home accordingly. The hard part about pricing your home accordingly is the fact that yes, you do have all the homes that are currently on the market, but you don't have. But the most important part to determining the price of your home is knowing what homes went under contract in the past 6 months and what homes sold in the past 6 months. So, you know, because that's, let's say you have a ranch, you need to know what went under contract in the same school district, same town, same type of home in the past 6 months, and what's sold, because that gives you an idea of, you know, what your home is worth in today's market. The downside of knowing only what's currently on the market is anybody can ask, you know, whatever price they want for a home. Let's say they ask $1 million for a home that's worth $350,000. I mean, obviously that skews you, because you think like, oh, if that guy, my house is way bigger than that person's, mine's definitely worth $1.2 million at least. So you just gotta be, you know, just be aware. And coordinating a transaction from accepted offer to closing, you definitely want to keep track of the attorneys. You know, you want to keep in touch with them and follow up with them to make sure that, you know, the contracts are, you know, your attorney's writing the contract, the buyer's attorney's looking at the contract and reviewing it, and the buyer's signing the contract. You know, you just want to be aware of what the attorneys are doing, and if they're in communications together. Obviously, following up on the buyer's mortgage process, you don't want to, you know, just have the loan officer just do all the work. You know, let's say, but you don't want to be just sitting on the couch and hopefully praying that the buyer is going to get their mortgage. You definitely want to be, you got to make sure that the buyer is getting their commitment. You got to make sure if appraisal has been ordered, if the proper title search is being done. You have to make sure the CO and lien search was ordered and that the survey was ordered. You know, you want to make sure the buyer is fit to buy your home. You really, I know it can be frustrating getting into this process 2.5 months in, and then getting close to closing and then realizing the buyer can't actually buy the home. So you definitely want to keep track of all these things. It may be a little hard, and you know, if that's something you want to take on yourself, that I say go for it. It's a strong seller's market. If it's any time to try for sale by owner, I guess this would be the time, because our homes are flying off the shelf like crazy. But if you are looking to, you know, work with an agent, I mean, it'd be great if it was me. That'd be awesome. But you know, just be wary of all these things. And you know, if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me. Like I said, Christian Harmansky, Century 21 AA Realty, the Red Shirt Realtor. And until next time.